And we do want to start off our 6 a.m. hour following breaking news out of Otay Mesa, where a dump truck hit a bicyclist. At one point, the bicyclist was trapped underneath the truck. The person has since been rescued. This is video just coming into our newsroom. You can see that bicyclist on the stretcher there being taken away via ambulance. This happened on the eastbound lanes of the 905 near Britannia Boulevard. Still not clear what led up to the accident. Also not sure how serious the bicyclist's injuries are. We do know he was taken away via stretcher there. We'll update you as soon as we get details on this bicyclist who was injured along 905 there. Our other top story here this morning, later today, the Poway City Council will be meeting to discuss an ordinance that would ban homeless encampments. Glad you are with us here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert. And I'm Dana Marie McNichol, filling in for Netta Arampur. Now, this comes as a very similar plan that we've been covering consistently is going to be voted on next week in San Diego. CBS 8's Chris Groh live in Poway now to explain what the ordinance would allow this sheriff's department there to do here. Chris?
Yeah, good morning. And it would allow the sheriff's department to go ahead and get rid of those what they would deem unlawful encampments after 48-hour notice is given. That's how the current ordinance is reading here in the city of Poway. But if you think about it again, this is in direct result here to what the city of San Diego is doing, but they are taking this up a week before the city of San Diego is set to vote, which will take place on June 13th. Now, this will fall into the sheriff's department's purview here per the Poway ordinance. But the reason why we're saying it's in direct response is because the city of Poway is concerned that if encampments are banned in the city of San Diego, those who do not go to a shelter or go to another area or a nonprofit may make their way north and set up camp in cities like the city of Poway. So they want to get ahead of this. They want to be able to preserve, again, what they feel is that old town feel here that the city of Poway is famous for. Now, remember, the city of San Diego, again, their ordinance is set to be voted on June 13th. It does take in different stipulations for the banning of encampments in certain areas, when they can be banned, when shelter beds need to be available, and so forth. We expect to get a little bit more details here on the Poway ordinance later today, but that meeting not set to happen until 7 p.m. So we're still about 13 hours away right now from that actually taking place. But of course, to learn more about what the city of Poway will be doing, just go to CBS8.com and click on that story link. Eric and Dana Marie.
All right, thanks, Chris. This morning, we're getting reports of flooding over in Fallbrook. That's what we're learning right now. This happened in the 600 block of the Deleuze Road, right next to the Country Views apartment. The California flooding area says it's not clear if anyone has been evacuated, but please avoid this area. You can see the map on your screen there. We're going to have updates as soon as possible for you. And right now, more than 1,700 customers, they're without power right now near the border. Officials say a transformer explosion caused an outage last night. The customers affected live in Nestor, San Isidro, and Otay Mesa. SDG&E says power has been shut off for safety reasons. It is expected to be restored at 7 a.m. And we are learning the man shot and killed by police at a trolley stop was holding a BB gun. This happened Sunday night in San Isidro. 2 San Diego police officers responded to calls about a man carrying a gun. Investigators say the man refused to drop the weapon and stepped towards the officer. That is when one of those officers shot him. It turns out he was holding a Glock replica BB gun. Per protocol, the sheriff's department is handling that investigation. The district's attorney's office will determine whether or not the shooting is justified.
This morning, bus drivers are entering their 4th week on strike with no end in sight. Hundreds of drivers who work for MTS contractor Transdev, many of them in the South Bay, rejected the company's last, best, and final offer over the weekend. The biggest sticking points have been access to clean restroom facilities, forced overtime, and long unpaid breaks in the middle of extended shifts. Some union representatives are now calling on MTS to step in and void its contract with Transdev.
If they don't take action, we will remember them, especially when their elections come by.
MTS has called for a closed-door emergency meeting on this issue this coming Thursday. This morning, train service between Oceanside and Irvine is shut down once again after another landslide in San Clemente. It happened yesterday near the Casa Romantica Cultural Center. Back in April, these same tracks were closed because of the unstable hillside. They just reopened a week and a half ago. Travelers are once again taking buses to get from Irvine to Oceanside. No word on when the tracks will reopen. This morning, the Secret Service is investigating a Romanian crime ring in San Diego and Los Angeles targeting EBT debit cards. In California, the cards issued by the state for food and welfare benefits use magnetic strips instead of a chip, which leaves them open to card skimmers. Those are illegal devices that attach to card readers. The thieves then have access to empty out the funds. When the benefit money is stolen, the state is on the hook to replace it. To protect yourself, don't leave money in your EBT account for very long. You can transfer it to your personal checking account and then withdraw it later. This morning, a company is warning they accidentally told hundreds of people that they have cancer when that wasn't true. It was all due to a computer glitch. Grail, which is owned by San Diego-based Illumina, says false letters went to 400 people from May 10th to May 18th. Some of them had taken a blood test that detects more than 50 types of cancers. Others had just ordered it.
It raises a flag that technology can fail, especially when there's no human intervention. And we need to be extremely careful with that in the healthcare field because lives are at stake.
You can hear her say lives are at stake. Grail says they started notifying people of the false letter 36 hours after it was sent out. They say they've now gotten to everyone on the list. Now, we asked the company if any San Diego residents received the letters, but they did not get back to us on that request.
California Senator Alex Padilla is calling conditions at the Tijuana River Valley unacceptable. He did visit a treatment plant yesterday to highlight the cross-border pollution. Senator Padilla acknowledged the pollution has been a problem for years. We've been covering it for a very long time now. During the tour, he got a chance to see the things that still needs to be worked on. The price tag to fix the plant is estimated to be between $100 to $150 million. And San Diego was the cloudiest city in the lower 48 states during the month of May. So if you felt the May gray, you are not crazy. The National Weather Service says San Diego had 18 entirely cloudy days in a row. We normally have 11. And on top of all of that, it was at least partially cloudy every other day in the month of May. So not one clear day we had. We usually have about 4.
So the jet stream didn't retreat as much as it normally does. Ocean temperatures got down to 52 degrees in April in La Jolla.
And now we're dealing with June gloom. But some of our viewers, they're asking, what does the silver lining look like? Paige writes on Facebook, May gray, June gloom. It's better than July fry. And Fran says, enjoy it while you can because it's going to get real hot real soon. So when can we expect sunnier days? We have our Evan Irani standing by to get a check on that forecast. Evan, we have a lot of opinions here based on this.
That's right. There are a lot of people chiming in on social media. Just had a viewer on social media who said the exact same thing, that they love the cloudy skies. They're going to embrace them for now because they know that come next month, we're going to start to see the warmer temperatures. We're going to likely see a lot of sunshine beaming down on us. So, hey, there may be a point in a month or so where we wish we had more mornings like this. Overcast skies, patchy cloud cover out there. There's the opportunity for a bit of the sun to peek through over the next several hours. A little bit of drizzle that we've seen, at least on satellite radar. If you pull out a little bit, you see how up around the Santa Barbara area, we are still encountering quite a bit of decent wet weather, even some yellow and orange out there indicating some thunderstorms west of the 5. But this is way up to the north of LA, north of Ventura, all the way in Santa Barbara. So not really in our neck of the woods and not expected to affect us. Today's forecast shows, though, we are going to stay in the cooler than average range. Forecast high of 66 degrees along your coastline, 68 for your inland valleys, 62 across the mountains. So what we're going to be seeing this afternoon is another cooler than average trend that'll last likely all the way through the week. We get minor warming between now and Friday, and then we'll cool down again by the weekend. That sunrise was at 5:41. Didn't see much of it. Sunset's coming at 7:54, but here's that overcast day. So here's that little bit of warming we'll see between now and about Friday. We're really in between two troughs of low pressure, so that in between is going to give us some slight warming, but we're going to stay cooler than average regardless. And then it looks like by the time we get into Saturday, overcast skies really do start to strengthen, and we'll see those temperatures cool down by just a few degrees. Now for traffic, here's a look at the border wait times from the CBP website. 25-minute wait for the general line at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. At the Otay Mesa Port of Entry, your wait time, 45 minutes. Back to you, Dude.
I remember all my good friends all passed, getting shot. But I felt bad for them, but I just came out alive. I was just lucky.
This morning, American World War II veterans are in Normandy, France to mark 79 years since D-Day. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin joined them for a ceremonial flyover this morning. On this date in 1944, Allied troops invaded the beaches of Normandy. 2,500 Americans died in the attack. The operation began the liberation of France and Western Europe from Nazi control, changing the course of the war. As of September of last year, there were approximately 167,000 living World War II veterans in the U.S., but sadly, 180 of these veterans die every day, according to the National World War II Museum.